Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Ashton. So I'll be presenting on our company's overview, financial highlights, as well as the IPO details. Now, without further ado, we'll begin with the presentation. Okay, first of all, MasterTech, we are a wire and cable manufacturer. Our group structure, see. Okay, prior to IPO, before IPO, our founder, Dato' Lau, he owned 100% of the company, and we only have one subsidiary under the group, which is MasterTech Wire and Cables, and as you can see over here, MTWC. Okay, now after listing, the founder will control the company indirectly 55% through this company, MTPC, and 17% directly. So all in, he'll control 72%, and then the free flow in the market will be 27.8 plus 0.14, 28%. This belongs to the free flow in the market. Okay, not go through this. Okay, directors and key senior management. A very long list over here. So this is the list of our directors and key senior management. In the board level, as you can see over here, it's very simple, very straightforward. We have 4+2. 4+2 meaning to say that 4 independent director and 2 non-independent director. So 2 non-independent director is one is Mr. T and the other is our founder, Dato' Lau. So all in, with this composition, we have already achieved the corporate governance. Now, for the key senior management, I'll not go through their respective background, but what we want to share with everyone is our key senior management, they come from different background, different industry, meaning to say E&E, automation, semiconductor, and manufacturing, etc. Okay. So this is our founder, Dato' Lau. This is our CEO, Mr. T. Pictures of our key senior management team. Okay, with their diverse background from different sector, we are able to leverage on their knowledge, their expertise to produce the optimum product that fits every single industry. Okay, with this, we are able to grow our brand as well as to grow our business. Okay. Key achievement and milestone, I will not go through. Okay. Very straightforward. Business overview. As mentioned earlier, we are a wire and cable manufacturer. We are really focused in manufacturing 2 types of cables. Low voltage power cable and control and instrumentation cable. Now, this part of business contributes 90 to 95% of our revenue, whereas the remaining 5 to 10% of the business comes from the trading of other cables. Trading of other cables as in medium voltage power cable, fiber optic cable, solar direct current cables. Now, this part of business, the trading of the cable, the reason why we have this business is because the customer, they repurchase 90 to 95% of cable from us. Hence, they ask us, they say, hey, brother, I repurchased 90 to 95%. Can you help me purchase the other 2 other cables? For example, I need another voltage cable or fiber optic, and then you give me a full quotation instead. This way, I don't have to go to 2 different suppliers. Hence, this is the part why we have this trading of business. So in short, manufacturing is the main, trading is the supplementary. Okay, business model. In today's world, can you find me an establishment without electricity that can operate without electricity? The answer is no. Because it is very common where investors, they'll come and ask and saying that, hey, your wire and cable, is it only utilized by power utility companies, for example, Tenaga? The answer is no, because as mentioned earlier, nowadays, everything also needs electricity. Our aircon, the slides, our handphone. Hence, our products are also widely utilized by industries such as you have renewable energy, property development construction, machine equipment, oil and gas, public transport, data center, and telco. In short, in today's world, when you need electricity to transmit from one end to the other end, you have to purchase cable from manufacturers like us, MasterTech. Okay, these are the different types of wire and cables that we manufacture. I'll not go through this because we have already created a corporate video where we explain in detail the different types of cable that we able to manufacture as well as the production process. So for those of you who are interested, you can go to YouTube and then you search MasterTech. All our corporate video will be available there. Great. Currently, we are operating with total of 3 plants, plant 1, 2, 3. In the early days, the company is very focused on manufacturing copper wire cable. As you can see, early days, 2009, 2010, we mainly focus on manufacturing of copper. Whereas when it comes to 2017, the company diverts into manufacturing aluminum copper wire cables. So all in, with currently with total of 3 plants, our production capacity is around 9,500 tons per annum. Out of these 9,500 tons, 400 tons of capacity goes to the copper wire cable, whereas the remaining 5,500 tons goes to the aluminum core wire cables. Okay. If you take a look at the copper core wire cables past 3 years record, okay, it's over here. In terms of output, on average, we produce about 2,500 tons per annum over the past 3 years, whereas for utilization rate, it's close to 60%. From here, you can see regardless whether it's the output or the utilization, both is quite stable, quite flat. The reason behind being, because copper is already quite expensive initially. However, during the pandemic, we all know global supply disruption, hence the copper price surged up to record high. Naturally, when your commodity price or your raw material price increase to record high, naturally your product will be more expensive. Hence, this is why our customer, they seek for alternative. What is the alternative? The alternative is aluminum core wire and cable. As you can see from the past 3 years output and the utilization rate, both had tremendous growth. For example, the output 2020, 1,100 tons, 2021, 2,400 tons, 2022, 4,400 tons, close to 4,400 tons. Whereas for utilization rate, 2020, 20%, 2021, 45%, 2022, 80%. The reason why there's such a huge demand for aluminum, of course, the price. If we use an example, if today copper wire cable is 3 ringgit, aluminum will be 1 ringgit, meaning to say that the price of copper is 3 times more expensive than aluminum. Okay, this is why we register such a strong growth, especially these 3 years. Okay, because a lot of the customer they switch to aluminum, and in terms of utilization rate for aluminum, it got more and more popular. Okay, so this is the reason why there's a growth in the aluminum part. Okay, this is our major customer and major supplier, financial year 2020. A lot of the names here, whether it's the customer or the supplier, are Sdn Bhd. Only 2. For example, our major customer, TMB, Tenaga, and one of our major supplier for aluminum, Press Metal Group. For this breakdown, we have already included the past 3 years as well as the financial year 2023 first half in the appendix for you to do your trend analysis, attribution analysis. We'll talk about the Tenaga part. Tenaga being one of our major customer, Tenaga contributes about 30% of our revenue, whereas the remaining 70% of revenue comes from non-Tenaga customers. Okay, Tenaga being the only one and the largest utility company in Malaysia, hence it is a norm for wire and cable companies to have Tenaga as their major customers. Okay, including us. Okay, this is the 6 months 2023. Okay. Competitive advantage. As you can see over here, very long list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instead of going through one by one, we'll summarize it to make it more simple using an example. Today, when we MasterTech, we compete in the market, the customer only asks us a few simple questions. What are the questions? Number 1, do you have branding? Yes, our brand MasterTech has been in the market for more than 10 years, and we have gained a proven track record as well as recognition from big corporations such as Tenaga. Now, number 2, the customer will ask, can you do make to order? In other words, customization. Yes, we have the knowledge, we have the technology to do customization, to manufacture different specs according to different requirements. And last but not least, the most important question, which is the lead time. Got a lot of customers, they ask us, today, yes, you have branding, you can do customization, but today, if you tell me your lead time is 2 to 3 months or even longer, then I have no choice but to seek for other supplier. So for our case, MasterTech, our lead time is less than a month. We can do about roughly a month. And with that, we are able to fulfill our customer just in time need, meaning to say that we don't have a what you call outstanding order or long-term contract with our customer, but instead they'll send in their inquiries on daily basis every day, and then we'll quote them on daily basis. Meaning say our quotation will include the daily rates for commodity prices as well as the forex prices. You're talking about USD. Hence, by doing so, what can we achieve? We can achieve something where we are able to protect our profit margin because of two things. One, we are able to transfer the costs to our customer. And second, we're able to reduce any potential loss on the volatility of the market. Okay. Okay. Part where a lot of investors, they are very keen to know future plans. There are total 2 future plans for a company. One is to increase our current production capacity. The second is to increase our existing export sales. So we'll begin with the first future plan, which is increase the capacity. Okay. The management with the IPO proceed, management intend to venture into the manufacturing of medium voltage power cable. The reason why management chose to go with medium voltage cable is because currently we are already supplying medium voltage cables to our existing customers, as mentioned earlier in the business overview, our trading part. Mean to say that we purchase on the left, we purchase from other supplier, and then on the right, we resell to our existing customer. Now with this new plan in place or this new future plan, then we are able to sell the medium voltage cable directly to our customer. This way, higher profit margin, and it will also help with the growth of the entire company. Okay. So for the expansion plan, plan number 1, there's split into 2 different steps. Step number 1, you need to construct the new plant. So stage 1 is construction of the 2 new machinery plants, plant 4 and 5, in estimated cost about 16.8 million. Okay, where is it located at? Okay, this is our plant 1, 2, 3. So plant 4 or 5 will be located at these 2 lot plant. So it's right next or right behind of plant 3. So in terms of location wise, it's very strategic because we have all our plants all together in the same location. Okay. This is the cost. Yep. After stage 1, then we move on to stage 2, which is the purchase of new machineries and equipment. And this is estimated to cost 24.4 million. This is the breakdown of the type of machineries and equipment we are planning to purchase. As you can see over here, we purchase from different countries: China, Italy, Germany. Okay, this is some of the breakdown. Okay. And once we have our new plant installed with all the machineries, so the new plant will commence quarter 1, 2024, you'll start building the buildings. And by quarter 4, 2024, we'll have the building and the the machinery in place. Now with this, we are able to increase our annual production capacity by 3,600 tons. Meaning to say, on the left, our existing production capacity is 9,500 tons, mainly low voltage cable. Now with this new plant, we have additional of 3,600 on our right. So all in, we have a total of 13,100 production capacity. Okay. Okay. Future plan number 2, which is to expand our existing export market. Currently, we are already exporting to 3 neighboring countries. Up north, Thailand, down south, Singapore, across the sea, Brunei. The reason why we export to existing countries is because of the close proximity. As you all know, cables are very heavy, very bulky. Hence, if we were to transport it with other transportation, for example, sea transportation, then it will be quite costly. Hence, for Singapore and for Thailand, we can transport the cable through land transport. This way, in terms of pricing, will be more competitive. Whereas for Brunei, because we already have business in Sabah and Sarawak, hence Brunei is right next to Sarawak. So it's close to Sarawak. That's why we also export to Brunei. So the management target to increase the existing export sales by 30% over the next 5 years. So this is our future expansion and future export plans. Okay, financial highlights. It is very rare to find a company like MasterTech nowadays. Why? Because over the past 3 years, we achieved 4G. 4G in the sense that growth in revenue, growth in gross profit, growth in both the profit after tax as well as the profit after tax margin. Because it is quite common in the market where sometimes you may come across company with growth in profit. However, at the expense of what? At the expense of lower profit margin. Because in order to have higher profit, they had to reduce the price to churn the volume. But for our case, MasterTech, you can see revenue-wise, 2020, 162 million, 2021, 275 million, 2022, 362 million. Compounded annual growth rate about 49%. Whereas for gross profit, 2020, 6.6 million, 2021, 13.6 million, 2022, 35 million. Hence, growth in both. Other than that, more importantly is our profit after tax and profit after tax margin also increased by annual growth rate about 93%. This part is very important, especially for investors, because the profit after tax will determine the valuation of the company. Okay. Now, if you take a look at the profit after tax, you can see 2020, 2021, around 5 million. From 2021 to 2022, there's a huge leap, 5.5 up to 19.5. And for the FY23 first half, 2023 first half, we managed, in just 6 months, we managed to register 13.6 million profit after tax. The reason behind this strong growth on the profit after tax is because of the product mix. Product mix in a sense, remember just now we mentioned about the utilization rate for aluminium and copper. The utilization and output for aluminium increased tremendously over 3 years. Hence, it contributed towards the increase of our profit after tax, because aluminium, although it's much cheaper than copper, however, in terms of premium and in terms of profit margin, it commands a better margin because of the complexity. In the market, there's only a handful of manufacturers that's able to manufacture aluminium low voltage cable. Hence, this is why we registered such a strong growth in 2020 and 2023. It's because of the product mix. Okay. Now, for some investors, they might wonder, hey, just now you say growth in everything, but why? In 2020 and 2021, there's a slight decrease in the profit margin. Profit after tax margin from 3.24% down to 2%. Okay. The answer is here. This is our adjusted yearly financial performance. As you can see over here in 2020, there is a net reversal of impairment loss of around 2.9 million. So this 2.9 million is actually a one-off gain. It's a non-core operating income. Hence, if we were to deduct this 2.9 million from the profit after tax 5.2 million, this will reduce our profit after tax margin from the initial 3.24% down to 1.46%. Meaning to say that after the adjustment, our adjusted profit after tax margin grows in tandem with the overall growth of the company. As you can see, 2020, 1.46, 2021, 2.1, 2022, 5.39, and latest financial 2022-23 first half result around 10%, 9.88. Okay. Okay, financial position. Company is very healthy. Current ratio as of now is 1.66 times. As long as it's above 1, then it's considered healthy. In terms of cash wise, we can see it's a net increase of reserve cash, so good thing. The only thing that some investor they might have some concern is this part over here, which is the gearing. Because some investors they may wonder, is it normal to have such high gearing in industry like cable and wire industry? The explanation is if we were to break it down, the debt, look at the short-term debt and the long-term debt. If you look at the long-term debt, from 2020, 21 million, 2021, 90 million, 2022, 18 million. And as of the latest result is around 15.5 million. Meaning to say that in terms of long-term debt, it is reducing over the years. The question arises from this part over here, which is the short-term debt. 2020, around 32 million. 2021, jump up 2 times, close to 68, and it remains at this over 60 million level. The reason why is because of this part over here. Conversion of letter of credit LC to invoice financing. Meaning to say that as our company grow, our revenue from 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, naturally you need more money to roll the business, to grow the business. Hence, in order to have the money to grow, we sell our on-hand invoice to bank to get a short-term financing. This is why there is a increase in the short-term debt. However, we would like to highlight is that this debt is a productive debt, meaning to say that we are using this debt to grow our business, to grow the business from 100 million, 200 million, 300 million. Okay, so it is generating funds or income for us. Okay, hence it is not a very big issue. Cash flow, everything quite positive, nothing to talk about. Okay, industry outlook. If you take a look at the left-hand side here, wire and cable industry is a very large, very big industry. We are talking about in bad times like 2020, 21, even in 2020 during COVID, the industry registered about 7.7 billion market cap. Whereas good times, 2008, about 10.6. So we're talking about on average, the market size is about 10 billion. And as of 2022, our Mastertech market share based on 343 million revenue, our market share is about 3.57%. This means that there's still a very huge room for growth because the runway is broad enough and it's long enough. The market is very huge. Hence, any player that's able to stay efficient in terms of production and to stay ahead of the technology curve, then naturally you can anticipate that they will gain more market share in the future. Okay. This is the commodity prices for you to have a better understanding. Okay, as you can see over here, the bottom part is the price for aluminium, and top part is the copper. If you take a look at 2022, the price for copper is around 38,000, whereas the price for aluminium is close to 12,000. So as what we mentioned earlier, the price of copper is 3 times more expensive than aluminium. Okay, I'll not go through the power cable industry in the video. Okay, this is some of the ongoing mega infrastructure projects in Malaysia. It's related to our industry. Okay. This is a power cable industry player comparison by Info Business. Over here, it shows both listed and non-listed. companies. We have Sandhya Berhad and Berhad. But however, today we only do a comparison against listed company because we are a listed company. Okay. So on average, if you take a look at, let's say, Southern Cable, their profit margin after tax is about 1.7. Central Cable Berhad, which is in the process of being acquired by a company called KUB, the profit margin is 5.9. And we got Olympic Cable Company Sandhya Berhad. This is a subsidiary of OSK Berhad. If you look at their profit margin after tax, is 2.9%. However, because of this, if we compare Mastertech, our profit after tax for 2022 is 5.4. But if we use the latest profit margin that we mentioned earlier, 9.88, then you can see in terms of profit margin wise, Mastertech does stand out. In this industry, when an investor, they want to invest in a company, it really boils down to the preference. Either you go for the largest in terms of revenue, or you go for the most efficient one with the higher profit margin compared to peers. Now, this decision is yours because as a smart investor, you've been investing in the market for quite some time. So this is just a comparison for you to have a better understanding of the current market situation. Okay. IPO details. We'll start off from the left-hand side. Okay, Mastertech will be listed on the ACE market with an IPO price of 39 cents. And upon listing, our enlarged share capital is around 1.2 billion. So if you use 1.2 billion multiplied by 0.39, this will give us a market cap close to 400 million. To be exact, 397.8 million. And for every $1 earned by the company, 30% will be distributed out as dividend, regardless whether you're the major shareholder or the minor shareholder. Okay. Now, in terms of PE, if we use the 2022 results, which is 19.5 million, then our PE will be around 20 times. However, if we use the latest forward 2023 first half profit after tax, 13.6, and we annualize it, multiply by 2, 27, this will bring the initial 20 times PE down to 14.6 times, 15 times. Okay. Now, if we look at, now we've done with the left-hand side, now we look at the right-hand side, allocation of IPO shares. Listing requirement requires a company to have at least 25% of free float. And for Mastertech collectively, we have 15.5% plus 12.5%. So all in, 28% free float. 15.5% is for the public issue of new shares, 158 million. So if 158 million multiplied by 39 cents per share, this will help the company raise close to 61 million, about 61 million for the company. Okay, and 51 million is for the balloting, public balloting, whereas 2 million is for pink form, staff, customer, supplier, and the remaining 105 million, this is for selected investor via private placement. Okay, so this is the breakdown for public issue of new shares. Now for this bottom part, offer for sales of existing share, 12.5%, 127.5 million. This part or this block of share belongs to the meaty investor. And the money raised, 127.5 million multiplied by 39 cents per share, around 50 over million. This part of money belongs to our founder, Dato' Lau, as he chose to sell his share in order to meet the free float requirement. And all the fees related to this deal, this offer for shares deal, will also be charged to Dato'. Okay, so all in, we have a total of 28% free float in the market. Okay. This is some of the post-IPO shareholding that we mentioned earlier. So Dato' will hold around 72%, and this block of share is subject to a moratorium, 6-month moratorium. So meaning to say that cannot sell a single share in 6-month period. Okay. Utilization of proceeds. As you can see, the IPO proceeds about 61.6 million. just now we mentioned that the construction of 2 new plants, 16.8 million, and the purchase of new machinery is 24.34 million. And if we add up these two numbers, you can see that 2/3 of the money is already invested into building a new income stream, building the medium voltage cable plant. Whereas the remaining money, around 32%, say for the listing fees 4.2 million. The rest, this general working capital, this money will be used to purchase the raw material for the medium voltage cable. In short, what we're trying to say is that the company, they are very focused with what they want to do with the IPO proceeds, with the objective of to grow the company to increase additional income stream. This is the proceeds. Okay. Last but not least, the IPO key dates. As mentioned by Yap Singh just now, we launched our prospectus and opening of application on the 28th of December 2023. And for those of you who are interested in applying for our IPO, please remember that the closing date is on the 18th of January, 5 p.m. Okay, so it's 18th of January, 5 p.m. And 4 days later, we'll do the balloting of application. And this date, 26, is also a very important date. For those of you who applied, this is the date where you need to check your CDS account. If you're lucky, you got the share, congratulations, you're one of the MasterTech shareholder. And last but not least, on the 29th of January, MasterTech will be listed on the ACE market. Okay, so with that, I'll end the presentation and hand over to Yap Singh.
Thank you very much. Very good presentation from Edson. Before we move forward, advertisement time. The crowd come back to do advertisement. When you're free, you type in a Google, MasterTech. In the past, you found very little news. Today, you type MasterTech, you press enter in Google. So many newspapers come out. We know today people read and people lazy to read. After so many articles, they don't know why to read. You will realize that we've been come beyond from the day approval, underwriting, until the prospectus launching in Sheraton, Petaling Jaya Hotel. You can find a lot of FB, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube short. Multiple of 60-second video is available on the social media. From the picture, from the photo, you can see a lot of things about the company. The company itself also take the effort. You type MasterTech on a YouTube channel. Then you see a MasterTech, you click on that. You can see so far the company have uploaded 3 videos. The first video is 3.5 minutes, is for investor to learn what are the merit you need to learn about the company. The second video is about 4.5 minutes. That one is about B2B. We share with you more type of the cable. We share with you more what kind of certification the company have in order to win over the customer. The last one video will be this prospectus launching, because it's all day long. We start like prospectus launching, press conference, investor briefing. We summarize in 2.5 minutes. Then from there, you can see the progress of the company. And the next video, akan datang, not today, is on the 29th January. Listing, you can see the listing ceremony with the dragon dance, with the good performance that we will upload later, probably close to the Chinese New Year. The other advertisement we will share with everyone is when you type MasterTech on the YouTube. In the past, you found a lot of old video about a year or 2 ago. Today, you're very surprised. We are leveraged on the digital media at full stream. 2 English videos explain about this company. First, from the stock-centric analyst YouTuber, Fire. Second, from the Sweet Young Thing, HY. When she posts that video on a TikTok, about 30,000 views. That is the power of the trust media information. How many of you read 30,000? I don't think. Everybody lazy. And you see another 4 videos come on board. It's already there. First, Recon Chon, YouTuber. He went to the Malacca factory, interview with Mr. T, and he explained more about the company. Second is from the Wilfred Chok, it's a Chinese video. Third is from the Super Bowl. And yesterday night, the first time in the history, not only MasterTech, probably in the industry, this YouTuber from US published a video, 乐写, a Chinese video with English subtitle, the most analytical. It's not only talk about MasterTech business, it's talk about the vibrancy of the energy sector with a minister called Rafiji. He launched an energy transmission roadmap. You can see a lot of solar. You drive the EV car, you need to charge, then a lot of this charging station. You need to build along the North-South Highway, East Coast Highway, West Coast Highway. All this mean a lot of business to MasterTech and the whole industry. He also talked about with the NIMP, New Industrial Master Plan, you're going to trigger a multiplier effect of 3 trillion ringgit in Malaysia over the year until 2030. He also talked about if this company listed on the AIS market, is it possible to transfer the main market in a year? He took the Southern Cable as a case study. So from this, we address the concern, or maybe the laziness of human don't want to read. So take your prospectus 400 pages, that video 15 minutes or 40 minutes, summarize all the key points you need to know. So what we want to share with everyone is, besides the company spend a lot of effort to do the physical meeting and to have interaction with CEO, the company just recorded all this good story to share with you and become a forever online library for everyone. That's the way how we run the promotion. Next, after today, what will happen? If any of your investor only understand Bahasa Malaysia, on the Monday night, 15th of January, the company will work with one very famous YouTuber, Wan Noama. It's the first time we hold Bahasa Malaysia webinar. Mr. T will speak all in Bahasa Malaysia. I never seen, right? CEO speak in Bahasa Malaysia. We're going to make it a record. 16th of January, we'll hold the last English webinar before the closing date on the 18th of January. Savings investment. We'll send you the link. You can dial in the Facebook Live or YouTube Live without any registration. You just dial in, can listen. Okay, it's on the Tuesday night. On Wednesday night, after they go and fight everywhere, the war and the battle, they go back to their home ground, which Malacca, the company from Malacca. They will hold a last big group briefing for the Malacca investor, Amis Hotel, Aikuro. They're on the 17th Wednesday night, physical dinner presentation, physical briefing. So if you do have any friend in the Malacca or whatever, please exchange business card. We'll send you the detail, you register. So far, we already have about 30 over people sign out already. That will be last. Before 18, people will go to the online as well as the ATM and press the button to apply the share. So what we're trying to say, whatever effort the company do, only for one purpose, try to interact and communicate with all the investors like you. This is the effort the company put in. Okay, now we come to the highlight. We had to invite somebody very important, heavyweight. Mr. T, please come. You can take one mic there. Okay, this Q&A section must come with the present. No present, no incentive. Okay. So what we need to do is please feel free to raise any question. Mr. T here to answer. So may I allow to introduce Mr. T? Mr. T is the CEO and the ED of the company. Together with the founder, Dr. Lau, they may build this business from a small company. At the end, grow so big that become one of the largest, one of the most efficient, one of the top 10 in this industry. You take a look of Mr. T, the size does matter, solid like a rock. So you ask any question, it's not because he had bulletproof jacket inside. It's because he been go through so many rounds, investor briefing, the media briefing, the grilling. Internally, he already Iron Man. Okay. So please feel free to raise any question and then we'll pass the mic to you. EquitiesTracker, we may need you to handle the mic. Anybody can raise a question? Yeah, please go ahead, gentlemen.
Current utilization rate of the plants.
Okay, I think it's good. So can you go there?
Okay.
Okay. So for currently, we're having a 3 production plant. Mainly is running the low voltage cable. So most of the time, we try to maintain our capacity within 50 to 60%. Because most our advantage in market now, we able to serve our customer in very short time. Our business model a bit different compared with others. If we're having 100% utilizations, we are unable to serve our customer within 1 month time. So you can see here, utilization is about for copper itself about 60%, but aluminum a bit high, so about 70 or 80%. For this year, for the first half, you can see a bit drop on utilization 60%, but the volume is increased because we did upgrade the machine to increase our capacity itself. So currently, for aluminum about 60%, but copper a bit low. So the reason behind is we need to keep capacity to supply to our customer. As now, the market has been changed. So just now, you can see the trend of the material itself is up and down. And a lot of customers, they want to select. We give the customer have a visibility which price they want to buy. So for the metal price, actually follow the LME price, market price. So and the forex itself. So we quote every day the price to our customer. So if they decide today price too high, they hopefully tomorrow ringgit will be stronger or metal price will be lower. They will wait for another few days to place the order because we given them so within 1 month time, big time, so they know when the project going to use, and they will place the order based on their comfortable time when they need the part itself and what price they are willing to buy.
Okay, may I compliment what Mr. T tried to share with everyone? The way whenever the copper price, aluminum price go higher, the selling price higher. When the copper and aluminum lower, they go lower. It's not exactly a cost plus model, but it's close to the cost plus model. Only with this, every quarter, every year, they can able to generate the profit. Why? Because they can transfer the cost to you as a buyer. And the quotation is valid for 24 hours. That also leading to the question like why there's no big outstanding order book, because day-to-day order. Okay, can we have the next question, please? Okay, the gentleman behind there, Philip.
Yes. Afternoon. Moving forward, would the company be facing any competition from China export? And what is the company's strategy to compete?
Okay.
Or
So this question we always receive a lot of product we facing competition from China. So but basically for cable product itself, it's more on localization. So you can see our market also 90% is local consume. A lot of the cable, a lot of country they do have a protection, including Malaysia, for cable itself. So maybe you can see our trend why we never export to Indonesia, our neighbor country. Their usage is very huge. But Indonesia also very protective on cable. We cannot export to Indonesia. They don't allow for importing. Similar in Malaysia, all the utility company, they don't allow import material. Unless some product cannot be manufactured in-house, domestically. And the cable itself, the price is mainly on the product on the metals. Okay, on the metal price. For example, so if one project they decide to use China cable, they need to purchase maybe 3 or 4 months at once. And if the project delay, their finance costs will be killing them. So what we see, even the foreign EPCC in local, they also prefer to get from local. This include the China of Korean EPCC when they awarded some project in Malaysia.
When you receive the slide about 86 pages, beside the storyline, we give a lot of appendix for you to do the trend and breakdown analysis. Regarding the hard copy of article, we don't have enough because suddenly a lot of people last minute register themselves. The soft copy already sent to the equity tracker, they can share with you. Or else you exchange business card, we can share with you. This article was published on last week, Saturday. Mr. T talked quite something about industry competition, but I can't send you soft copy. We need to wait for the hard copies finished, then only we can give you the soft copy to respect the age effort to picture the storyline. Okay, Alison?
This is a technical, a little
Yeah.
bit technical. What is the power transmission efficiency of copper wire compared to your aluminum aluminum core wire?
Aluminum core and copper
Yeah,
core. So if you look at it in technically, so I think I make it clear. So for transmission, so in Malaysia, so actually we separate the transmission and distribution. So maybe answer your is of course is always we use the term transmission for every as well. Every actually we are using the distribution, the power. So to distribute the power, cost of two method. You can use either aluminum or copper. Copper is the best material to do the transmission, and you're having a voltage drop or power loss the less minimum. So the conductivity in the standard, we say copper having 100% transmission or conductivity. So aluminum itself about 63% only. So 27% lower. So in order for any project, if they want to change the conductor from copper to aluminum, they need to increase the size. Like our pipe, so you use aluminum, maybe copper, maybe 2 mm size. So copper, you need you change to aluminum, you need to use 3 mm. So 50% higher than copper. So, but the total cost will be much cheaper. So just now you can see that the cost of the aluminum is about 1/3 of the copper. So even you upsize, also you can save cost about 30 to 40% for the total project itself.
This comparison is about 38,000 ringgit per metric ton of copper against aluminum of 12,000 ringgit per metric ton. That's where people ask you, what kind of house are you live now? Bungalow, use copper. But it's average house. Okay, let's do aluminum, too expensive.
Okay, basically for usage for aluminum conductor, normally in Malaysia, we do have a standard. Okay, so inside the building, we don't allow any aluminum. Outside the building, yes. So what we separate the electrical distribution for the submain cable, mainly we can use aluminum. But for the housing cable, like for our lighting, for power supply, for signal control, we still need to use copper. So it's a different. So we need to separate out the normal house use cable and the like for our house is to make it simple. Before TMB meter, we can use aluminum. After TMB meter, we need to use copper.
Okay, just now there's a gentleman in middle who raised a hand. Amin.
I have two questions. One
Okay.
question is your two business. The one is you manufacture and sell. Another one is you sell and you buy. Which business is more profitable?
Of course, based on the nature of product. So currently, our own manufacturer, of course, contribute better profit margin. So previously, solar DC cable, what we trading also contribute quite high margin. So that's a big unique product with not so many player in town. And this is a very special cable to be used by all the solar farm. So this one contribute better margin. So, but for the MV, it's lesser compared with our in-house. So in-house production, of course, we can enjoy better profit margin itself. So can hear here. So for the trading segment, so
Yeah, the trading.
yeah,
Trading.
trading is here. So our revenue is increasing. Of course, why we need to do the trading for MV cable? We need to know what is the market trend and market acceptance. What is whether profitable or not for us to go in this business itself.
Okay, my second question, uh, we, we have a very small float of 28%, isn't it?
You can number of share in trading.
Yeah, percentage.
Free float is 28%.
Yeah.
72% is controlled by one group,
Yeah.
and I think that's a bit too small float. Because
Yeah.
it can have implication, which I don't need to mention here.
Yeah.
Give me a minute.
What's the reason that I have very small floats?
Which one?
You're talking about the free float is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
28%. Dato Lau controls 72% upon listing.
Okay. This is very interesting question. So someone asking me why too less. Someone asking me why too many. So if we release too many to 40% to free float, people will ask why Datula going to cash out or not. Okay. So we need to meet the Bursa requirement, we need minimum 25, but we decide to get extra a bit 3 lah. So end up we set up is 28. Initial offer is 25. After that, get advice from someone. So we set up to 28 itself. And we received also some comment previously. How to say? Why 28? Why not less than that? If you offer 40, so what's the mindset on the market itself? Whether because this one is only one owner, the market sentiment will be different.
There's no standard answer.
It's not the standard answer. So more also problem, less also problem.
It
But
can
this
have it can have also our implication, you know.
yeah,
One good implication is that, as you say,
yeah,
the original partner are not cashing out,
yeah,
so the public thing must be good.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but the other side, possible. I'm not saying that it will happen.
Okay.
Easy to manipulate the share price. You know, lately, in India, company called Adami, you know, it's a big issue because they control big portion.
In Xiaoming,
I'm
the
not
question.
saying that it's going to happen.
In Xiaoming, your question is a very good question, but it's too sensitive for public listed company to answer. Is in terms of the listing requirement and legal perspective, the company is not in position to mention about what happened in India, what happened in Malaysia or not.
Yeah.
What we could share with you, what is legally correct in Malaysia. Number one, is listed company, public free float minimum 25%.
Yeah.
I don't care how many shares you have, hold in the hand of 200 shareholders upon listing, which through the balloting, they feel more than 200. So seeing the minimum is 25% public spread, is a magic number. You want to exactly 25. Some of the company exactly 25, and the owner own about 74.5. They don't want to trigger actually 75. And some company will say, doesn't matter, let have more people, the owner only own 65 or 60%. But as long as you fulfill the requirement, this legal. Investor perspective, Cam A, so little share, illiquid. Whether go to your work M or not, we are not in the position of comment. It's too speculative to mention the word M there. The other Cam, why so much share, 40, 50% in the market? Who going to support? See, there's no right and wrong.
Yeah, no, right, wrong.
So what we need to do is, upon listing, let the market decide what's the price, number one. After 6-month moratorium, let's see whether the major shareholder will catch out 6 months plus 1 day, will increase the free flow market. When you take a look at many case study for each market, there are company, after 6 months, the collective shareholding, whether single or 2 or 3, they did reduce. Example, let's say Admore, after listing, there's some shareholder cash out, liquidity more in the market, about 50%. 3 founder own 50%. The rest is all the free float in the market, 30,000, I think about 50,000 shareholder. So this answer, nobody know yet. We are not in a position to speculate. Probably we have to stop this question, go further. It's recording now. Thank you. No, it's okay. It's okay, boss. It's recording now. Next. Yeah.
Hi, Mr. T.
Yeah.
This is Biwan. Want to ask, right, since you mentioned in your prospectus that the MV margin will be higher than the low voltage one, so can I know what will be the gross margin of MV cable?
Okay, what we see now, we start do the trading on the MV margin, MV cable. Of course, this MV cable we get support from our peer in locally lah. So we buy some MV cable from local and we sell to our end customer. We still enjoy some small portion of the profit itself. So from what we see, of course, definitely MV is having a better value. So the value is higher. So the complexity or the process internal technology required is higher. So how to get a better profit is how efficient the company going to run on the MV itself. Basically, we'll enjoy better profit margin as what we foresee as today. So, and what makes us different, of course, you can see some competition, compared with our peers, some of them are doing MV, but it's not so efficient. Because for us, a bit different, what you say that, so some company, they are doing MV, it's a whole production doing MV, they need 100 over or 200 workers to run the MV for the same site as what we going to invest. But our size a bit different. We are utilize all existing staff for our sales, our technical and our production. We only incur about 20 to 30 workers to run the machine. So it's more efficient compared with others. We don't need to invest on the new salesperson, new support team, new management team. All we utilize as what we have today. In fact, our production and technical is they having a wide knowledge on MV itself. That's what we believe it will contribute better margin for our product.
What we need to share with you is when you take a look on the breakdown here, what the company can share with you even until end of 2023 account is all LV cable. Then 2024 will construct a new factory.
Yeah.
Okay. 2025 answer will come out. Your question is good, but openly cannot answer. You get it? Open air cannot answer. Get it? You still don't understand. You go back and study market intelligence. So that is because it's not stated anywhere in the prospectus. Mr. T is not appropriate answer. You got it? Kopitiam. Thank you. Dato Peter.
Yeah, I think the back.
You pass with Dato Peter.
And another one.
Name it one by one. Still nobody win the prize. Please try harder.
Just now, somebody asked about your company business,
Yeah.
that you are in manufacturing as well as trading.
Yeah.
We all understand in business, the trading of commodities is a very volatile business. It's worse than manufacturing. Manufacturing is a fixed market, growing market kind of thing. But trading business, have you ever experienced a situation whereby the trading of commodities, aluminum and copper, make more money than your manufacturing?
Okay, put this, I think some misunderstanding on our trading product, you see. Our trading product actually is to support our existing manufacturing product. Whichever product we unable to produce in-house. So we will get outside support and do the trading business. It's not to trade basically to try to sell the metal product. Okay, to answer this, of course, to do the trading on copper, aluminum, or commodity product is very high risk. You can get a good profit and you can make a ton of money and you can making a loss. So we understood this very well. So what we do now is even the trading also, we get the quotation from our supplier and put to our customer is back to back. So we never do the, how do they, we do the spot.
Okay, when you take a look on the prospectus, trading segment small nooks number 2. When we say small nook number 2, what is a common trading? Trading and sales of medium voltage cable, solar DC cable, 1.5 millimeter square and to 60 meter square, fiber optic cable, and some raw material, aluminum rod and compound, and this a wooden drum.
So
So
for this,
it's not actually but do copper and aluminum like any commodity house, Mitsubishi. No.
So for this community product during the MCO time, so the past 2020, So a lot of company facing financial issue. So, and some supplier, they cannot get, some of our peer, they cannot get the material. So, but our reputation, our relationship with our supplier is quite good. So we put here because sometimes we support our peer who need urgently. So we did sell a bit to them. It's not really our core business. So of course we try to stop all this kind of product, like the commodity or product. But currently we still focus on trading is on the fiber, or like example for fiber optic. So to supply to all the telco company in Malaysia, include the TMB group, Lalu, so and TMB ES for their SCADA system. This is what our common customer. So for the metal itself, we try to minimize. Of course, some case we having extra, we will sell. Of course, what is our purchase price? Of course, we will mark up a bit to support, because sometimes we also need our peer support for MV cable. You see, so it's some collaboration between among the peer lah.
Okay, next.
Can I ask this question in relation to trading of commodities and manufacturing? Let's assume there's a situation whereby you are keeping a lot of stocks, raw material stocks, raw material meant for your manufacturing, and suddenly there's a surge in metal prices. Do you give precedence to your customers, or do you give precedence to your company profits, and you start to sell your raw commodities?
Okay, I understand. So this is I believe maybe someone is doing so. So far, why our business can grow in Masata, so we build a trust between ourselves and our customer and our supplier. So whatever PO we committed, we receive, so we will sell to them. First, we will deliver to our customer. So because as what informed earlier, our business model a bit different. We based on the daily PO, daily quotation. When we confirm the PO, we will deliver to them. So we won't say, like example, if I having the long-term contract, I never get any deposit by customer. Example so if we do this kind of long-term contract, it's very risky. So if material jump up, maybe I don't want to deliver because my price is up already. But we never do so because our business model, you can see our perspective mainly is we record down is a PO we receive for running for 1 month and about 1 to 2 month time. So we can deliver all the material, all the product to our customer. This is what we committed. So for the long-term contracts, if we having a contract from for TMB is not too bad because we having a price adjustment every 3 months, so we can forecast all the price. But for others project, it could very risky. So normally we won't take this kind of contract. So in case the some customer require us to take 1 year contract for some project. So this one we will take the deposit from them to book the metal itself. So we fix the price on the agreed price with the deposit to lock the metal and forex.
Okay, it come back to like what just explained. Is a daily quotation. Whatever the price up and down, you do a cost bar. Okay, instead of answer you directly, we do it indirectly. Instead of saying that taking a speculative position or what do you predict the copper and aluminum price, more polite way is the company is not adopt a very active inventory management. So it's the same answer. So it means you don't try to predict the price of the material.
Hi, Mr. T. Hello.
Yeah.
I got 3 questions. One is, what is the warranty for low voltage power cable? How long is the warranty?
So for our manufacturing warranty, normally is we put 1 to 3 years, but for the lifespan design about 20 years for the usage lah. So this is in market common sense for the standard itself.
Okay. The second question is, I think Mr. Allen got presented and he got shared that there's a handful of people that is manufacturing aluminium cord low voltage power cable. What's the reason there's only a handful and not many competitors are going in? Because the profit is very lucrative, right?
Okay, you put it this way, so example just now what we presented, the selling price of the aluminum is 1/3 of the copper. Okay, so if you are manufacturer, a lot of manufacturer in locally, they started with copper, you get a high, I think you already see maybe example, put it this way, 1 month you're having a 10 million business. with copper, but your production having a capacity limitation. If you going to convert to aluminum, it's very tough. You need to buy a new machine or you convert your existing machine. Once you convert, your revenue drop to 3 million. Whether do you accept from 10 million to 3 million? This is the first question. So, and you need to have a different type of technology to produce. So one, your revenue will be dropped tremendously because copper selling price and aluminum selling price totally different. So second thing is a lot of the MV production in town, they're able to produce MV, but their production capacity limitation for the facility limitation, they prefer to selling MV cable with higher value. So this is a company decision whether you want to have a higher value or lower value. For Mastertech, a bit different. We have invest in the plant tree. It's a special design line for the aluminum itself. It's very modern line and high productive line. So the margin increase basically is due to economy of scale. Our production is increased from 1,000 metric ton to now about 6,000 metric ton for last year. So this is stimulus in case one is ramp up so we can enjoy the better profit margin. For if you see our profit initial for 2020 or something, it's not so really high. We started the aluminum. So on that time, our volume is about 1,000. It's not so significant to improve our profit margin. But when it jump up to 4,000, 4,000, 5,000, so it will significantly see the improvement. It's some sort of economy of scale.
Okay, last question. You have been working with Datuk Lau for quite some time already, right?
Yeah.
And as a person, I think he's quite an entrepreneur. He started off his own business since after SPM.
Yeah.
As a person, how is Datuk Lau as a person in your opinion?
Okay, okay. You go back to here. So actually, it's something like that. Okay, Datuk Lau started his own business. After he, of course, based on his portfolio, you can see that. So he's a very humble guy. So even after the secondary school, he worked as a technician, and after start venture in the business, and finally, he started the wire harness first before go to cable, and I joined him more than 10 years. So I know him quite well. So he's the guy who he trusts. He will give you a free platform for you to perform. So of course he give a lot of free hand for us to grow. So even I not have any relationship with him before. So someone asked me whether it's a good friend or buddy or brother before. Not. I know him after I joined Mastertech. But he gave me quite a lot of free hand to grow and what kind of market we propose to him. And with this combination, of course, myself is background is from the multinational company. We're having a different kind of mindset. He's a pure Chinaman entrepreneur. So but he accept one good thing. He always agree the modern management is more productive. Always believe on data. Always believe on technology. And he needs someone to help him to run the business with latest technology, and he's willing to invest. This is a strong point, and this is why I still tied with him for so many years.
Please allow me to run advertisement for a short while. Next time when you're able to see Dato' Lau, if you during the listing ceremony or whatever, take a look. The photo youngest 30 years old. Mr. T younger than who is today. Because when we do digital marketing, we also do Photoshop now. Not only you Photoshop now. Our Facebook IG also younger than you. So, okay. Take a look on the management team. Management team also go Photoshop lah. Okay. So the management team, they will share with you lah. It's not all from electronic and electrical. They also from electrical example like in Jadola. They also have people from semiconductor, people from automotive and different industry. Because when people come from different industry, when you go to kitchen, you cook, you got different style, got Vietnamese food, Chinese food, Indian food. That's where you crystallize and you brainstorm, you come out a better product. In short, majority owned by Dato' Lau, 72%, very entrepreneur driven, but managed by a team of professional people led by Mr. T. I think that's an advertisement. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
So this member of parliament for can we
Okay,
give okay, you first, then
No,
Peter
no,
Jack.
it is coming, follow through questions from Dr. Peter about the fluctuations in this. Just now you are talking about mainly on the trading. So my question is, when you're selling your, from manufacturing, you sell your product through the trading arm or you sell direct? Because if it's through the trading arm, then do you actually your price transfer to the trading company? Is it also fluctuative?
Okay, so you go back to our
go to
market, our market segment, our customer segment. Customer segment.
this one.
Okay, so you go to our customer segment. Here is what we put on the appendix. We do have, of course, the majority is on power utility. This one include the TMB Group, Sabah Electric, and Sarawak Electric. So this one, of course, we direct supply to them. Some is go to the trading house as well, especially for Sarawak. As we know, some is we are one of the company who can direct dealing with the Sarawak Energy. We get the direct work from them. Of course, in Sarawak, maybe a lot of us know we still need to go through their local company to do the trading. So some is through local trading. So for the others, electrical wholesaler is our main market. So and we also having the MME contractor who direct purchase from us, and some we direct sell to the owner. Some owner they right to buy themselves. So like some big owner. So like the side part for their solar farm, they want to buy their own. So and we do the same thing for all. All the quotation is a pass through. Every day we change. Either for this group, normally we give the quotation, they award by tender and price variation during the PO time. For this group, others group of member, we use the daily price, go to them. Include the wholesaler or project owner or EPCC. And they always having the time, sometimes they never place a PO because they saw the price too high. They rather waiting if they not yet need to use a cable. Because cable currently, if you put on site, maybe the next day will be missing. So the price value is quite high. So that's why it's a lot of customer require us to deliver when they're going to install. So this group of people, of course, later they will sell to their end user. So we also do the price variation. They also sell to their customer with price variation every day.
Okay,
last
Lisa, can we
question.
give the Jack?
Yeah.
Because since the mic is here,
Okay.
how much of your, is SCG your direct competitor? If it's not, how much of business overlap? SCG.
SAG.
SCG.
Sarawak-
Southern Cable Group lah.
Southern Cable Group. Okay, a lot of people asking me what's the Southern Cable Group and ours, what's the difference? So Southern Cable Group, I think their product range is, they include NVA and they're having the upstream product for copper and aluminum. So for Mastertech, we focus on the low voltage cable itself. So both having their own market. Of course, most of the time, we may facing similar customer base. Okay, so the customer having a choice, who are they prefer through? So far, what we see, we gain the market portions of going from bigger and bigger. And this is what our strength also. We try to understand what customer need and we provide the best to the customer. Of course, they are our competitor and our friend and some are. So we know each other very well. So it doesn't mean that their business model no good or ours is the best, but of course we will do our best to get the customer.
Okay, we come back to here that because Southern Cable already listed in October of 2020, you have the prospectus, you have past 3-year annual report. When you free, cannot sleep very well, you take out and read, can fall asleep very fast, and you read everything. They give you a lot of information. They produce like LV cable, MV cable, HV cable, one category, the biggest revenue contributor. They also have the small other sub-segment, example like wooden drum. They also have this plastic powder, they compound. But neck to neck, the more important thing is Mastertech margin 5.4%, 2022 account, Southern Cable profit after tax margin 1.7. We cannot say more than this because it's recording now. Thank you.
Okay, everyone is
Jeff,
having the
Jeff,
same custom.
Because some of the things
Yeah.
that you cannot oversay, you have understand the rule of the game, right? Okay, Jeff, please.
Okay.
Jeff, please.
Good afternoon, Mr. T. I just
Yeah.
wanted to ask regarding your new Plant 4 and Plant 5. Since both of them is going to contribute 3,600 tons of cable manufacturing capacity.
Mm.
So can I know that how many of it is for aluminum core cables for your MV
Okay.
production line?
For MV production, this for Plant 4 and Plant 5, we're going to install two MV production line. So of course, mainly we are focusing on the aluminum conductor. But of course, this production stick is able to run both aluminum and copper. So conductor for both aluminum and copper. So the copper conductor will be supported by our Plant 1, but the aluminum conductor will be supported by our Plant 3 and new Plant 4 and 5. So this production line can run both. Of course, what type of conductor to be used, of course, depend on the market demand. And what we see now in local, the market demand for aluminum is more, about 90%. And still got some portion, 10 or about 10% is a copper conductor for MV as well. So for these two lines, we can run both, but I was foresee majority will be on aluminum base.
I think we have the most active dynamic Q&A. It sounds like this is the PM and all the member parliament just should not stop. Okay, Jeff, continue.
So just to clarify whether both the lines for aluminum and copper can be inter-switchable. I mean, let's say if
it can be changed. You can select aluminum or copper, as I explained just now. So copper conductivity is 100%. Aluminum will be lower, about 63%. So it depends on the application. So some application, because for limitation of the space for installation, they need to use copper. So some industry, like the semicon industry, they will prefer copper. But most of them will be prefer aluminum. For commercial, they will prefer aluminum. Of course, depend on the area, depend on the installation. They're having a few factors inside.
So we still got 5 more minutes to go to win the prize. The Iron Man still remain intact, strong.
Okay, no problem.
We give the chance to the young boy behind. The rest we can keep it during break time now. Okay, is it not possible?
Later we can discuss offline. No problem.
We can do that. The boss can stay back until 6 o'clock.
No problem,
6
no.
minutes. Is there no problem?
Hi,
Please, the
Mr.
young
T.
boy.
I'm
Yeah.
Yuken. I'm just interested, which of the 8 competitors that show, right, they are capable of producing aluminum LV cable, and any particular reason, as much as you can say in front of the camera, their margin cannot catch up to yours.
This one.
No, this one, competitor.
So of
yes.
course, for the competitor here, so example, okay.
Olympic,
So
Southern.
okay, so we start from top or from the bottom. Of course, all my friends, I can, we know each other very well. So internally, of course, sometimes I never visit their plant before. Some yes, some no. Most of the time, I never visit. So we can say here, like the bottom three, they are mainly produced on the copper. So they try to do aluminum, but it's not so successful for the past some time. So it's not so easy. You need to have a new machinery and new worker, new staff, and new investment. And you need to certify your current production capacity and certify your revenue. Or you're going to put new investment on your plant itself. And the return, you need to do your own costing or own calculation. So like the others company, mainly, as I was say just now, they produce mainly MV. So the aluminum is some limitation. To get the revenue, a lot of manufacturers, they will rather select high value product to be manufactured. If I having the order for aluminum and copper, or aluminum, LV and MV, with a limited capacity, the selection definitely will go for MV cable.
Okay.
So you are having a higher value This is what I can say lah. But of course, internally they're having their own strategy. I cannot comment much why they don't do. Okay.
Okay, what we need to do, I need to keep to the time. You keep the question later. We can during the break time. Now it's 3:30. I don't want to back to